Good afternoon, my people. We are back with yet another vlog. And today, we are getting ready to wrap up the Denali. Yes, getting ready to wrap up the Denali. Not wrapping up the Denali, but we're prepping for it. So, Sam over here, if you guys are familiar with the Duramax, pretty much any GM vehicle from like, I think since they started making trucks, I'm not sure about the old ones. For some reason, they like to put wax on their truck. Give me a scraper. Where's the scraper? Actually, there we go. I was gonna scrape some off, but there's already some on there from yesterday. So that is literally what comes on these frames. Ready? What can I scrape off right here? No, that's good. Yeah, so that's what comes on these trucks. It's pretty gross, right? Well, most people just deal with it, but the thing is, if you ever take apart your front end or get it aligned or whatever it is, and somebody works on it, most likely you're going to have scratches in your wax and it's going to look like... Now, not everybody has or cares about the truck enough to really redo their frame, and to be honest, I used to. I don't really care that much anymore, for my personal truck at least. Since this is a personal truck, we are not going to do a full frame restoration, if you want to call it. For one, back wheel wells on the brand new Duramaxes actually cover the frame for the most part, and the back of the frame is actually it's in pretty good shape. For the most part, the old trucks, after some years being in the salt, if you're in a salty area like we are up north in New England, right around here, all of the anywhere that the wax is thin, it'll start flaking and then it'll start rusting. This frame is in pretty good shape since it's brand new. You would expect it to, right? And it is. So we're not going to take the back off and paint it. So we're going to leave that, since the wheel wells do cover up most of it. The new wheel wells cover up pretty much the whole entire frame in the back. However, also we're not going to paint this because we have the steps covering it, and nothing really ever gets worked on down there. Nothing ever really gets worked on up here either. The only thing you're working on is the axle and the shocks. Bare minimum, if you want to make your frame look good, presentable, strip the whole front part, because this is really the only part of the frame that you're ever going to be working on, and then paint the frame. So Sam is literally stripping the frame using Goof Off. It's in a bottle, but use Goof Off, Pro Strength Remover, and a Scotch-Brite, and it'll take it right off. And then once you have it completely stripped, just prep it for paint. Scotch-Brite it again with a clean Scotch-Brite, and then you can paint it. We also have the CV axles off because these things are rusted as shit. They did upgrade a lot of the parts on these trucks. The old trucks, everything would be rusted right off the factory or off the lot. The tie rods on these actually are different because the old ones would rust immediately. These ones definitely are a different material because these are not rusted. But the old ones, the whole tie rod itself would be rusted right off the lot. So CVs are pretty much the only thing that are rusted, as well as the steering bar. So we're gonna paint both of those. So Scotch-Brite, he's gonna go ahead and Scotch-Brite these. Scotch-Brite the whole rust off down to the bare steel, and then paint those. We're also gonna touch up the rear axle, paint this because it is rusting in some spots already. I guess they didn't really change their process on the rear axles, but we're gonna paint the rear axle. And then at the end of the day, we are gonna go pick up all the powder coat for this thing. The powder coat is gonna be done around 5 o'clock. We have to get out of here at 5 anyway, so we're gonna pick it up. That's gonna be the last part of this vlog. And then at least we could show you the powder coat, how much of a difference it was from before. Tomorrow, I will be picking up everything from Brody for this thing. So all the paint will be back tomorrow as well. And we'll get the headlights sealed up tomorrow. We'll put that in the vlog. We won't do everything just so we don't give away our secrets, but we'll put that in the next vlog as well. The ram, since this thing's coming off the lift on Thursday, ram will go directly on the lift immediately after. The parts for this, I think we're gonna have everything tomorrow. So everything that we need to finish this truck will be in tomorrow, besides what we have already. You guys saw us in the vlog where we got $10,000 worth of parts in one day. That's all right here. We still are missing a few parts from Pure Performance. Spoke to them. They are gonna get that out today, and they're in New York, so it'll be here tomorrow. And then drop it off at powder coat, and then that truck is gonna get put together next week. A lot going on here. The Lambo is currently at ACI Dynamics. I have made the decision to order the bumper. I'm not gonna leave it there until the bumper's fixed. I am going to get the radiator replaced, put the bumper back on, and then I'm gonna cut my bumper, the little black piece off the bumper. So that's gonna be a vlog as well, because I just wanna drive it. I don't want it to sit there, because right now those bumpers are coming straight from Italy, and it's 2 to 3 weeks. So at least I could drive it. It'll look fine. And once the bumper comes in, all we gotta do is just slap it on. So yeah, anyways, once this frame is clean on both sides and the CVs are all set, I'll show you guys how we paint these. All right, so if you guys remember how bad this cut was, just trimmed it with the snap-on angle. What's this thing called again? This is an angle grinder, isn't it? I think they call it an angle grinder. Anyways, you can use this one or an air tool, but sanding disc, we ground down the metal. NorCal Fender mod, you can't really, actually you can do it on these. If you want, if you're rubbing too much, you can cut this all the way back. This one, I just wanted to trim because if you look on this side, which I haven't touched yet, the plastic for one is obviously all fucked up. So they made like 10,000 cuts, and that's also bent in from rubbing. So I trimmed that down completely on the other side. Oh my God, it's all crunched. Well, this side's worse than the other side. But anyways, so just ground that down completely so that we can actually get some more clearance and not rub. And then just gonna hit that with some touch-up paint, some white paint, just so it doesn't rust. This is all set on this side, so that's a nice clean cut now. And then we also took this back a little more. Just gotta take off all of the rough plastic that's still just hanging there. Clean it up a little bit, but this side's done. And then hit the other side. The frame is also done on this side, so that's completely done. This is actually still drying over here. I just hit that one more time, but this is what it looks like when it's done. Don't knock it till you try it, but this is what we use. A 99-cent can, literally 99 cents per can. You grab like 6 cans and you do as much as you want, and it's like $6. And I promise you, this will last you way longer than you think it will. And if anything were to happen again, you literally just touch it up. I use that on all of my personal stuff, and I used to use it on the customer stuff if they wanted the frame done or at least touched up. We've never done a full frame for a customer. They wanted this front section done, we would use that paint, and it would always hold up, especially up here in New England with the salt and the winters and everything. I've never had an issue. So this side is almost done, right? Getting cleaned up and prepped for the paint. And then I'll show you guys how to do this side, and I'll also show you guys how to trim your plastic. Not that you really need to know how to do that, but we'll show it anyways. And then we just got to paint those. The back axle we touched up as well because of the rust spots, so that's all black now. It's all clean. Bump stops we painted all black as well. Don't like the orange. Keep in mind that we are doing the Mag High-Tech cover. That's getting powder coated right now, so we're gonna pick that up at 5 o'clock and do that tomorrow. So we sprayed over the edges over here as well, and we'll also probably spray the sides because the Mag High-Tech doesn't completely cover the axle. So you're gonna see some of the actual flat part where it gets mounted to, and then we'll spray that black as well. So it's completely clean, no rust at all, like it should be. All right, Brownie's gonna go over the rock lights and how he did them, because everybody's asking.
So pretty much up front, this is the wheel that it actually starts at. So it has one plug and it only goes one direction, and it loops around the whole truck. So pretty much I just ran it up across the factory harness. I didn't want to keep it down here near any of these coolant pipes or anything. So I brought it down around the front. There's already a factory harness that kind of loops around that way. So once you get back through here, I just followed it down the entire front of the truck through here, and then that's going to bring us to the next 2 rock lights, which are that one and that one. And these rock lights actually come with separate mounts. That there's flat ones and then there's curved ones for curved surfaces. So I obviously use the curved ones for these. The rock light wires are tucked above this bar, again with another factory harness. So just trying to keep it as clean as possible. And then the wire runs back up same way on this side, up this whole side, up here. And this one actually splits off into 2. So the wires come from the right side, but they also shoot out to the left. So power is coming in and out from that side, and then it keeps continuing down behind this little, I don't even know what that is, cardboard or whatever. Keeps coming down, loops back down. There are already wires running for a harness that were for the amp steps. So I kept them all bunched together. This one's tapped back into here. Follow it, pretty much goes all the way down to the frame. This light is actually siliconed onto the truck because we didn't want to self-tap through it or it would just come right up. I'm assuming in the floorboards, so we decided to just silicone it, and I'll take the tape off when I feel like it's a little bit more dry. But moving forward, it comes back down the frame, and it follows the whole factory harness the whole way behind here. So if you look here, the wires are just mounted to the factory harness that's already up here. They go up, back through that wheel well up there. Nice and clean, so it comes back out through this little hole. These are also just taped for, just keep them up there, and while I was doing measurements for the harnesses. The side of the truck, the rock lights down the side, that power and that ground is coming back around to this plug, which again just loops back this way because we have them all on one switch, so we wanted to keep it all in sync, the power and the ground. So I'm back around this way, around through the other hole. I'll go back and show you. Same exact hole on both sides. That's where what I used to run the wire, because once this wheel liner is on, once they're all on, it's going to cover all this. So you're not going to have an issue with anything there. So to the back of the truck, this is the exhaust tip for reference. Comes back across. There's the harness for all the tow hitch stuff. So all your tow accessories and license plate lights and everything. So I just kept it running across there, and pretty much the wires again. So we have one rock light on this side of the beam, one rock light on that side, but we also have one right above the rear differential. So these are all tied in, all wired in. The wires come across on top of this plate. That's why you can't see any wires running from this one to this one. If you come here, you'll see that one wire. It's being fed from the top of there. So continuing, that harness is going to come back around through there. It's tied into the factory harness for all that. Comes back out, and again, it's going to come back out this hole. Through, up to this wheel well, the 2 wheel well lights, and then the power is going to continue back through that hole again, and it kind of repeats itself down the side of the truck, alongside. So, and then the wires, the power and the ground, you're going to run up to your battery, and you're also going to have the power from the rock lights themselves go up into the cab to the switch. So we'll film more of that when the switch is in and done.
All right, so once the frame's all cleaned up, alcohol, denatured alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, whatever you want to call it, and a microfiber, wipe it down, and then go at it. Spray it, don't spray it too heavy because this stuff will run, and just do light coats, and we'll show you how to do that, and then it'll look like this. Leave it completely dry. Yeah, so this is completely dry. This is what it's gonna look like after. Brand new, and it's gonna look like that for a long time, way longer than the wax. And now we have to even that out. So we're gonna have to cut all the way to back here and then make a nice smooth cut all the way up to here. And then we'll go right up to this circle right here where that bolt goes. All right, so I need to get going. It's my mom's birthday. I need to leave now and go get dinner. Frame is done. Just finished this one, so this needs to just finish drying, and then you guys will see it will look exactly like this. Since it's a matte finish, it's just gonna dry like this. So 100%. The thing about matte is there's really no way to pick it up, and the wax that comes in the trucks is matte as well. So it doesn't matter how heavy you spray it, how light you spray it, it's always gonna dry the same. So it's nice and uniform. I like matte on frames. If it comes painted, like the Rams, sometimes I'll get it ceramic coated, like my old Ram Limited. It was a painted frame. These are wax, unfortunately, and I had that one ceramic coated, so it looked gloss, but that was factory painted. So if you have a matte, if you have a Duramax with the wax frames, I suggest just doing a matte paint just because it's completely uniform. But CVs are also done. Those are outside drying. The only thing left is all of the powder coat. So Squid and John are actually going to get food since I'm going to eat home. When they get back, they're gonna run to powder coat for me because I don't have time to do that right now, assembling. So I'm gonna have them finish up this vlog, and then I'll probably end up finishing it up tomorrow morning when I get back to the shop. But for now, I'm out, guys. So maybe you'll see me in the end of the vlog, who knows. But Squid and John will be here soon, so I am back. We are going to do 2 things. 1, stop by powder coat and see what the hell Kyle's doing because it's taking longer than expected. And not long, he actually did put us to the front of the line, and he always helps us out, so I can't really complain too much. But we're gonna go there and see what's up with these parts, and then we will be back here later and put it together, or at least for the most part. And we're going to look at a regular cab short bed Duramax.
I think Gio just wanted to roast you.
Wasted. Wasted.
This kid's an alcoholic.
Ooh, I'm telling you.
All right, well, here we have everything chromed. So this is the Ram.
Bad kit, bad kit, bad
So
kit.
this stuff's getting brassy gold. It actually, the silver chrome really doesn't look bad. Yeah, you want it to leave it like that? I kind of do too.
But it fades. So we're gonna make it gold.
But it looks good for now.
It looks good until it like clouds up.
Yeah.
There's so much shit.
Why are there 2 hitches? That's
Because
always
there's the
that guy,
Jeep and Johnny. Whatever his name is.
Who's that?
Jeep and Johnny.
Yeah, we didn't take the hinge off. How much better this looks. I mean, now I could actually run my finger across without getting cut. So diff cover needs to get done in teal for the Denali. And since the teal has a super chrome base, we're gonna have the super chrome fins. So basically, when they powder coat this with the teal, they spray that powder, and then they just wipe off these fins, and then bake it, and then your fins are gonna stay chrome as well. These just came out.
You almost broke the.
Bright and early. All right.
Mr. Always Happy.
Mr. Always Happy. Peace, Mr. Always Happy. See you later. You wanna pop the hood?
Compounds with a hood stack.
See how easy it is to freaking hood stack. So this is an LBZ, right?
Yep, LBZ.
It started
Came out
off
of
as
the
an
same
LBZ?
year.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, it's an 06 LBZ. It has 313 on the body and the cluster. I actually owned it a year ago.
clean, clean.
Clean, clean. Clean, clean.
It's got all new brakes, new brake lines.
No, I think it moves. It's only
Yeah, it
23. Drives mint. Drives.
Is Gio's old truck right there. So it's got his decal on it too.
I think it's yes.
Back to the shop.
His face is so sad.
He's gonna think that we brought him something.
No.
I don't want to roast Kyle again. You want to go outside?
So the leaf springs that we looked at earlier aren't ours.
That's what I was saying. Johnny
Did you say that?
Jeep Johnson's or whatever.
I just asked him. I was like, wait, leaf's supposed to be white. So those are someone else's. Not sure who else's powder coat and stuff around here. These are all leaf springs, so everything's sandblasted. But I just want to show you guys boots and all of the bushings. They're black now, not teal. All right, so we're buying that truck tomorrow. This is the end of this vlog. We're out. Peace. Sneak peek for tomorrow.